when you grow that quickly, added stress happens too. We were super busy on weekends, and we kind of felt like we were sacrificing some time with our own family. And we're like, that's not what we're trying to accomplish here. You know, we work for our family. We love what we do, but we work to be able to provide for our family. So we sat down and like, okay, like how do we still grow as a business, but still be there for our family?
Yeah, we didn't have the infrastructure. Welcome back to another podcast episode of Small Town Famous. Today it's just Kendall and I. We haven't done one of these, just the two of us, in a long time. So we're going to just kind of go over what happened in 2023. We had a huge year for our business. We hired someone onto our team. We spent more intentional time with our family. We did our first flip, and by that I mean Kendall did his first flip. We had a few huge opportunities come our way. We got to travel a bunch, started this podcast, gave back to a bunch of things in the community. We did a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. We definitely did a lot in 2023. So this episode is pretty much us just kind of talking about, some of the things we went through, our mindset, and, kind of just giving you guys a recap on what our 2023 looked like. And this is even great now that we're in season 2 of our podcast. So as we rewind back to last year, it was kind of this time of the year last year when we talk about what do we want our 2023 to look like, and where do we want to go as a business, obviously what do we want to accomplish personally as well. So we sat down with our coach, Aaron Novello, shout out to him, great coach, and we definitely need it because me and Kristen running business together,
we don't actually get along.
he's like our middleman, so he's able to okay, objectively we should do this. I'm like, okay, cool, awesome. So we sat down and really thought about what we wanted to accomplish. 2022 for us was a huge year. We grew rapidly. And so with our coach, he talked about, the leverage, that you have. And the leverage that you have is, systems, you have capital, and you have people. And those are the things that you can leverage to help you become more successful, to give you some time back. So the first one was systems. In 2022, it was kind of like Kristen did her thing, I did my thing. Well, I'm like, we got to really centralize this and make it
our CRM was Excel.
We had 2 different CRMs. It was she did, which was great. We still do divide and conquer for the most part, but we needed to centralize everything that we do, and especially if we wanted to add somebody to our mess. We're like, we can't show somebody else hey, when you do something with Kristen, do it this way, you do something with me. So
she would have already quit.
100%. So we're like, okay, we need to iron that down. So we made some of those adjustments at the end of 2022, changed our CRM, changed the way we kind of just, centralize our business. Then, with people, we knew that we needed help. 2022, as I mentioned, was great success, but we were slammed, especially nights and weekends. And guess what? That's when, you get to spend time with your kids and together as a family. So during that year, we actually partnered up with a lot of agents and gave us some help, but we knew we needed more consistency, in that area. So we really talked about, we need to hire someone. We needed to hire someone that, would be able to be a continuation of our brand and also still have that same drive and passion. And, with our clients, they don't see that as less than, but they're still excited to have another member of our team work with them and to be even more available to our clients than we previously were. Then finally, capital. It's a great tool, for us to be able to do the marketing that we do, the podcasts, all the, cool stuff that we do. It takes money, which is, part of business. With each of those categories improving will allow us to have more time to spend with our family, more time for us, and ultimately still run an efficient business and, attract more clients and, people for us to work with. So beginning of that year, it was like, okay, we worked with a few agents, a lot during that year. And we're like,
we got to hire one of them.
We got to hire one, and Kristen was like, I really, really like Monica. And I was like, I like her too. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, we had Monica cover a bunch of open houses for us and just referred stuff to her when we were too busy to do it. We had worked with her quite a bit. And I mean, she understood how we run our business. She is really great at following up with people. She's also just nice and actually cares about people, isn't just here for the transaction. So that's what we are. So I felt like it was a pretty good fit.
Yeah.
And also, like, we could see what her production was and see what we could get her production to. And so it felt like it was something that was going to be mutually beneficial.
Yeah, for sure. So we started off the year. We, added Monica, to our team. But that was awesome experience. And
it felt like you could just like, oh, I can breathe.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like you're handcuffed. Like, it's awesome running your own business, but like you're almost like stuck here. Like, we can't travel or make plans, or even next month. Next month is KJ's birthday. Planning his birthday on a Sunday afternoon. Previously, I would have been like, well, what if we have showings? What if we have an open house? Are we going to have a listing that week? Like, you'd be so worried about it. And that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
And so now at least we have one other person, hopefully more in the future, that can help us when we need stuff like that, because our family at the end of the day is just going to be more important. It's always going to take the number one spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Then right away when we hired Monica, we told her, like, hey,
we're like kind of a hot mess.
Yeah, we're kind of a hot mess. We're married, we work together, but we're always going to be honest. We're always going to be fair, be completely transparent. If anything comes up, just let us know. We know we're not perfect. We're still learning in this together. And, you don't work for us, you work with us. Like, I wanted that to be 100% clear, because we're all partners with our business, and we do everything together. So she's been absolutely incredible. And then immediately, like, we actually went to Miami the first week in February, and Kristen had some stuff going on, and Monica handled everything. And we're like, why don't we do this like 5 years ago?
Yeah. Like, how did we do this when we had Kyla was 4, KJ was 1, and Kenzie was a newborn?
Yeah.
And we had no one helping.
Yeah, we're like, for sure. Thank you, Aaron, for forcing us to hire someone. But it was the best, because having that just, it opens up so much. It takes a lot of stress out of our business. And it's we love what we do, but be able to step away at times makes us, we're rejuvenated when we come back. Yeah, it's normal. I'm like, you shouldn't work 70-80 hours a week. Like, that's not normal. So we were able, from having our new systems and, starting podcasts and doing types of new events. One of the things I kind of planned, I don't know if Kristen was really privy to this, I was like, we're going to do like a quarterly trip. Like, I'm just going to put it on the calendar. We're going to go somewhere. So we did our first trip in Miami, which was really cool. Never been to Miami in that capacity. It's funny because I played the Dolphins as an athlete. I've probably been there like 3 or 4 times, but we never actually went to Miami, so that was really cool. And that's where our coach, Aaron Novello, is. So that was an awesome trip. Kristen will kind of let you know about some of the other trips that we went on.
Honestly, don't even remember. Where did we go? Oh, San Diego in April.
I forgot about San Diego. That's crazy.
Where did we go in February break? Oh, Florida with the Haddads.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Nashville,
yep. That was a good one. A couple's trip.
Yeah.
And then, we do in the summer, like Wells, Winnipesaukee, stuff like that. Just like little trips with the kids.
Yeah, we're able to do, like, which sounds crazy, like, do normal trips that most people probably go on anyways. But, like, to us, like, we couldn't do that before.
Or you couldn't do it without having serious anxiety.
Serious anxiety. And that almost takes away from the trip when you're like, I don't know if we could be here. They're like, who do we have covering the showing? Like, we had all that straightened out. We had all that answered. Yeah. One of our personal goals was, like I said, me and Kristen do work together. And, it does cause every now and then an extra argument that probably wouldn't happen if we didn't work together. So definitely with those trips, it's like it was good for us to just get away, have fun, and like not talk about work at all.
I feel like you kind of get it now that like when I'm on vacation mode, if you talk to me about work, I'm just so freaking annoyed. Like, I need to have time to like totally shut down from it. And because otherwise you just feel like you worked throughout the whole trip. Like when we went on our honeymoon a couple of years ago, what was that, like 2022, 2021? I don't know, whatever. We went on our honeymoon when we were already married for like 6 years or something. We were in Jamaica, and I was like almost in tears the first day because I was so stressed out about a closing. It was like the worst person I've ever had to work with. Sorry if you hear about this, but not sorry. I was so upset, and I couldn't be present there because I was so worried about what was going on at home, and like there was like threats involved and stuff. It was just a mess. And I'm like, this is not what I want. Like, I would say to Aaron all the time, I'm like, God, that lady at the school that just makes the announcements and comes up with like the joke of the day, she's probably got like a really relaxing job. Like, I think I would want to do that.
Yeah, and then she'd say that to me. I'm like, yeah, but I was like, she doesn't go on any trips either.
Yeah, I know.
It's
But
like,
so anyways, we're happy to have the human capital leverage now.
yes, and for me, obviously the trips were great, but more important, or I would say just as important, was to be able to coach like that Saturday morning flag game and know that I could actually do it. Like I actually teared up because I was like, it was always showings, or I wouldn't commit to it because I thought I would have showings, and it just allowed us to. I could be a dad, I could be a coach, I could do that, I could still run a business, and we could put other people in positions to succeed. So those shifts in our business was everything. Like any business, it's never perfect. We're always trying to improve, but those like fundamental changes to our business has allowed us to do some really cool stuff. And
Yeah. Well, and it makes it sustainable.
yeah,
Because I think this is like a career that would probably be easy to get burnt out if you
Yep.
just do more and more and more transactions every year.
Yep.
So you have to figure out, as you do more transactions and help more people, how are you going to leverage that so that you're not the one doing every single thing.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
since Kendall had so much free time, he decided to do something.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
So
The one thing about Kendall, if he has too much time, he'll start spending money and he'll start looking for other things to fill his time.
all right. So, which I get that's her point of view on what that is. For me is for those who don't know, in real estate, 1099, we don't have any benefits. We don't have a retirement plan. It's a great vehicle to make money, and you could have a great career, but there's no like security behind. Like the second we stop working, it's like done. I guess what I've taken on as part of my plan is we gotta invest in certain vehicles, and we have a lot of great investments that we do, helping out with other projects, stock market, whatever it may be. But there was this one that I've been dying to do since, honestly, I can't even, like, since I was a kid. I always wanted to flip a house.
Yeah.
And I feel like, we grew up in the flip or flop era, and, Chip and Joanna Gaines, like I saw that, like I was like, that could be me. I want to do that. We've even helped clients, flip houses themselves. So I was just like, you know what? I saw an opportunity and went for it. And, some things in life you just got to go for it. I knew going in, it wasn't like I didn't like blindly just go. I knew going in that the numbers were a little tight, but I was like, also, I'm going to learn so much from this. It's going to, help, in the future. So we found an opportunity, made it look absolutely beautiful, and it was great. We found an awesome buyer for the flip that we did. The only thing looking back on it is when we got the property, I got some quotes, and I was just like, I don't know. I just didn't believe it. Like I didn't believe like that was a quote, and I felt like I knew enough people, contractors, or whatever, that maybe we could get these prices down. But what I did, I kind of injected myself in the GC position where I got to make sure schedules with painters and flooring guys and all this other stuff, was all good to keep the project going. And what that did, it kind of took some time away from, my actual day job. So that was something that for us personally that I wouldn't do again. The next project that we take on, obviously trust in the number, because the numbers ended up being that the quote that I got anyways, and I would have saved myself a whole bunch of time.
So much time and just stress.
And stress.
Like you were so stressed out during that time.
Very true. Very true. Time and stress, which does have a monetary value or whatever value to it. So, but I was like, even going, like I learned so much, and I told Kristen after, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like ready for the next one. She's like, you're stressed out. Like, slow down, Popeye, before you start thinking about the next one. But I'm just like, I get that, but this is kind of how it'll be laid out, the next opportunity that we come across. And I was like, I'll make sure I prove it to you, give her whatever presentation she needs to believe me. But yeah, no, I would say that was it was a great opportunity, great learning lesson, but it also, it did take up some time. But I mean, that's life. Like you
had to try it.
I had to
if
try
you
it.
didn't try it then, to be honest, you would have been trying it now,
Yeah.
and I'd be mad at you now. So at least it's in the past.
At some point, she would have been mad at me. So at least now we got that out the way. We now have a better plan on how we would go about a project like that. And really, like any advice I give to anyone that's look, looking to flip is, do you have time to, really involve yourself in it like that, being a GC role? But, you gotta trust the numbers. You gotta, trust the process. You gotta know what you're getting yourself into and save some room for a contingency, because it's like, when I went through, I evaluate homes all the time. There's just some things that are just hidden that you won't know will come up until it actually comes up. And talking to some of my buddies and other investors, they're like, yeah, I used to save 10% for like a contingency plan.
Like the water,
yeah,
and the septic, things like that.
They would save 10%, but honestly, I save 25%, because it's like there's a lot of times with the home, there's just so much that you can't see until you start pulling things apart. So, and when you're putting together your numbers, make sure you guys leave yourself room for that, because it's going to come up.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to come up.
And then you also got us involved in this fun project that we're doing over the next couple of years. That one started this year in Manchester. So you have everyone's breaking ground. What's going on right now? Yeah.
So kind of, in the real estate world, it's, you meet so many people, networking, all types, and, sometimes opportunities come up. And, this opportunity to help develop the 42 unit condo complex in Manchester came up. It's actually been a few years in the making, but this year is when it, we really, everything closed. We started the foundation. We could actually now start talking about it. But it was just an incredible opportunity. Wally LeFavor, a guy that I grew up with, somebody I've known for a long time, and he's gotten into, he runs a great, business, based in Nashua, and he's gotten into development himself, and, kind of, talked to me about it. And, over the years, and obviously analyzing it and everything, it felt like it would want to be a great opportunity from an investment standpoint, but also a great opportunity for our business. So now in 2023 is when, everything officially got started in terms of starting to build the project. And now there's going to be, hopefully by the end of 2024, but maybe beginning of 2025, there'll be 42 beautiful brand new condos in Manchester. Will be at a great price point. I think it's going to be able to attract a lot of young professionals, people that are looking to downsize. Everything's going to be brand new. So it's going to be a really, really cool project. And you know how me and Kristen do, we're going to market the shit out of it. Yeah. So it's
exciting.
So we're really excited, yeah.
It's exciting because we see how tight the inventory is. Mm-hmm. We see how hard it is for, a family that, even if both adults work and they don't have kids, it's still like, it's kind of hard to afford a house in southern New Hampshire. So to have the opportunity to have condos that are going to be priced pretty well comparatively to everything else is just, it's an exciting opportunity. We'll actually be able to help people and not, feel like they're getting screwed.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah. Anytime, especially, where we are in southern New Hampshire, it's, there's so many people moving over here. There's just not enough housing for everyone. So this will help, alleviate that, even though it's, it's thousands of houses that, it's part of the solution. So we're super excited about that. And, it's kind of just a testament to, where our business has gone, what, some of the things that we've done and we put ourselves in. And I always give credit to Kristen, because a lot of times they'll see us first, on social media, or they're very in tune to what we're doing, through social media. It's honestly one of the greatest tools out there, because it's, people, it's like watching mini TV. Yeah. So we're always trying to let's people get to know us through our mini TV show that we get to produce, write, direct. It's whatever we want to do. We get to do it every single day. So
yeah, I think that's probably one of the most successful things that came out of 2023 for us, was just continuing to grow our sphere on influence, get people into following us, and then nurturing them and providing them information that's actually helpful, and then entertaining them, because it's me and you work together. It's real life what we're doing. We're not showing just the best moments or just the times when we're super proud of it. We just show everything. Some of the properties we see are disgusting. Some of the transactions we have are really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
There's just stuff that happens, and I feel like people appreciate that we're honest with our social, and we're not wrapping it up in a bow.
Yeah.
Even if we post something, sometimes we'll be like, oh shoot, we did the cover photo, yeah, I didn't do collaborator. Like, there's just so many things, but it's like, it is what it is. Like, the people get it. We're tired.
We're humans trying to figure it
Yeah.
out.
And then the other thing is, last year we started doing quarterly events, client events, and that's just been so fun. A lot of times we'll close, someone will buy or sell their house, and then we're done.
Yeah, what do we do next? Like, we went from talking every single day to...
We really like to. So it's fun doing these quarterly events. We did...
Paint night.
Yep, the paint and wine night.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kendall got pneumonia right after that, so that wasn't great. Ended up in the hospital, whatever.
That's another story for another podcast.
And then we rented out the theater for Mermaid, the Little Mermaid movie, which was pretty cool.
That was awesome.
And then we rented out Altitude, the jumpy place.
Yep.
In December on half day, which was really fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. We've just done like cool events, and it's like events that we want to do, that we would go see the Mermaid. We would go to Altitude. We would want to go to the brewery.
Yeah.
We would want to do a paint and wine night. So we just are doing events that we would want to do, except inviting our clients.
Yeah. Our clients, our spirit, people that it's in the community, because I mean, really, like, for us, it's like, this is the community that we're in, that we serve, that we're part of every single day. So it's just, one, they're great events to do, but it's really a great way to connect with a lot of people. And I think, when we think about our business, it's like, that connection that we have with the people that we work with, I think, is what really drives our business.
Yeah.
It's, we connect with our clients. We want to, it's not just a transaction, for us, because we understand, for you, this is probably one of the biggest decisions that, you're ever going to make, where you live, where you lay your head at each night, where you raise your family. So we feel like it's very, very important to be able to connect and to provide just more than real estate. We just truly love, the opportunity of, like, what our job, our career allows us to do, what it allows us to do.
Really be part of people's lives.
Yeah,
and help
like
them.
And the balance, it's we're now getting, like, with our family, it's really starting to fill all the cups that, some were more full than others. Now we're starting to really balance that out. And we do have a couple cool events that we could already speak about.
Yeah.
For this year.
So the Judon one.
Yes.
What's the other one?
Well, I mean, we're always doing events, but
yeah. Yeah. One that is
that
officially on the books and the sign up is live. We are doing another FlexWorks sports camp with Matthew Judon from the Patriots.
Patriots, yes.
Which is very exciting. Yes, whatever. No, we're really excited. We've done 2 of these camps. One was with Mac Jones from the Patriots, and one was with Derek White on the Celtics. Did you see I got those right?
Yeah, there we go.
And it's just like really fun sporting events where we meet hundreds of families. We kind of just like pass out bags and meet the families as they come in. But it's really cool because obviously we love youth sports. We try to keep our kids involved in as many sports as possible. So it's just in line with our whole brand, right? We get to meet families that have young kids that are in the same type of sphere as us, that are here to just make their kids be great and keep them active, and that's us.
Yeah.
Hundreds of us.
Yeah, 100%.
So fun event. That one's May 25th. That's from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., I believe, and I'll put the link in the show notes.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are finalizing. So what actually, another event, now I'm thinking about, we do a lot of events. We did a few home buyer seminars. Yeah. This is obviously a little bit more educational, but those were pretty successful last year. So we're starting to book some more of those for this year. Mm-hmm. And it's, like I said, it's just us talking, like taking you through the home buying process. It's, come ask us any questions, because there's a lot. And I feel like out there's a lot of misinformation too. So we always, want to be there to set the record straight, kind of let everyone know exactly what it looks like when you have like an older parent, like, come to an inspection. It's like, well, when I bought my house and, whatever, this was, well, that's what it was back then, but like, that's not current.
That's not the reality of the market.
So so there's always current updates on what's going on in the market, trends, things like that. So those have been really great events. Then more client events,
Yeah, we're doing one in March that Kendall's super excited about. We don't have it planned yet, so I don't think we should say what it is.
Okay, all right.
What if someone steals our idea before then?
Well, don't release this episode until it's like we control this thing.
We can talk about it next month.
Okay.
But that one will be fun.
Fair enough. So another thing that we're doing, at the end of each podcast episode is just hot takes. Like, Kristen has no idea what I'm about to ask her.
Kendall
I have
has
no
no
idea. So I don't know where this is going to go, but just quick, reactions, quick, what our first thoughts that come up. Who wants to go first? How about we trade off?
All right, sounds good.
We trade off.
You ask first, though.
All right. So, first question that the people actually want to know. The people want to know, how do you get any work done being around this stud all day?
Oh, God. I actually avoid you. You know that. Kendall walks in the house, and whatever room he chooses to go in, I go in a different room. Or if I see him leaving with his briefcase, like I know he's going to go to work, I'll work from home.
Exactly.
Or the opposite.
And because she just knows if she's going to stare at me the whole day, she can't get any work done. She cannot get any work done. So that's the reason why she needs to leave the room.
It's too steamy in there. Yeah. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Who's winning the Super Bowl? Okay, so we got 4 teams left. I like a good underdog story. Let's go Lions.
All right.
Yeah.
No one would see that coming.
Yeah. The people also want to know.
Okay.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Kristen is really, really popular on TikTok now. So how does it feel to be an influencer?
Feels pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like I was born for this.
Yeah.
I was born to do this. I think I might have talked about it on here before. I went and saw someone that did like a human design chart on me. And it has to do with like when you were born, what time you were born, where it was in the United States, whatever. She told me, she was like, you're meant to be famous. And I was like, I know. So I'm just coming into who I'm supposed to be, to be honest. Like, it's not a shock. Yeah. It's what it's supposed to be. I'm not even being arrogant. Like this, I knew this would happen. It was just a matter of time. I mean, when I saw you in German class, I didn't know she was going to be an influencer. That wasn't even a thing.
But
in 2007.
But this is where we're at. I'm known as Kristen's husband, by the way.
Oh man, I went through so many years being Kendall's wife. I know. It feels really good.
No, and honestly, well deserved. I enjoy being positioned as your husband, and people have no idea what my name is.
If you could go back to your 22-year-old self, what advice would you give them?
22-year-old self.
Like straight out of UConn.
Jeez, I feel like this is a very loaded question. That's right when I was going, into the NFL. I feel like, looking back, I felt like I did everything, right in terms of, training and all of that. But I would just say committed myself even more than I did. Yeah. Just like put that absolute blinders on and just really, really committed, 1,000%. Like I said, not saying that I wasn't committed, but for anyone, you could always do more and always do more. So I feel like, just like, especially like with the diet, I feel like for me, that's still something that I struggle with because I was like,
that's actually with my next question.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, because I'm like, I work hard, like, and like I always did. I always worked hard, but I'm also, when I became a D tackle, I wasn't always this big. I was just like, I got the green light to eat whatever I want. Mm-hmm. And, now looking back, I'm like, that probably wasn't the best approach to everything. So I definitely probably would have done that over.
But it's kind of like everything we've ever done. We just kind of guessed our way through it.
Well, that's life.
Now we have a coach for real estate, but like with football, it was like you're almost like your own business that you just have to figure out. You can take advice from people, but there's no one being like, Kendall, you need to eat this every day.
That's part of and that's part of just being a professional. You have to continue to find more ways to push yourself. No one's holding you accountable. The only person holding you accountable is you.
Yeah.
And so you got to continuously find more people, more avenues, whatever it may be, and have those conversations to be able to put yourself in a better position. So, question. So, if you did not do real estate, what would you do? Be the announcer at Golden Brook Elementary?
Yeah. I really don't know. I would probably do something with I used to be an accountant and I would just put my head down and work in Excel all day and then come up for air at the end of the day and come home. And I was perfectly fine doing that. I probably would have just kept doing that.
So
nothing exciting.
I see how you guys are seeing the multi-facets of Kristen's personality. Yeah. It's influencer, but also don't want to talk to anyone all day either.
I'm an introverted extrovert. Is that what you would say? Or an extroverted introvert?
It's one of those two? Yeah. I'm pretty confident on that. So,
what is your goal weight?
Okay, yeah, so I see how that was hand in hand with the diet. Yeah, I feel like for me, a good 260, and people are probably like, I thought you already weighed 260. I don't, but
He was well over 300 a couple weeks ago.
so I feel like 260. I still got that like thick and sexy, but top abs are showing. So
His life goal is to have top abs showing.
So I feel like that'd be a good healthy weight for me.
Yeah.
What is your funniest real estate moment of 2023?
Ooh, funniest moment. What is my funniest moment? Do you know? I mean, I could say your funniest moment. It wasn't even funny. It was really bad. Mine? I don't know that I had funny stuff happen. Did I?
I don't know. No, this is your question. It's not mine.
Oh, I know.
Maybe we'll circle back to that and we'll think about it.
Yeah, but I'd have to go transaction by
Oh,
transaction.
actually, no. When I wrote that question, I did have something in mind. You're Kristen Reyes, right? The Latina real estate agent.
Oh, this little girl. This little girl in third grade. I was volunteering at a class party, and she goes, "Ready? Oh my God, my mom showed me your Facebook. You're Kristen Reyes, the Latina realtor, right? You sell houses?" And I was like, I looked at the other mom in the room and I was like, "Did you just say that?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, yeah, this is actually my married last name. But yes, I do sell houses." That was a pretty funny moment.
That was the one that came to mind when I
If Harbaugh called you to come play for
Yes.
the Ravens this Sunday,
Yes,
do you think you'd
absolutely.
play?
Hands down.
How do you think you'd do?
I would
You think you'd get demolished? by the
I
Chiefs?
would not be able to hold a double team for my life. But honestly, I'd be at the bottom of that pile with the biggest smile on my face. 100%. Yeah, just like just put me on the sideline. Honestly, like I'll hand out waters to the guys, like whatever it is.
Whisper words of affirmation in their ears.
Pre-game speech. I'm like, hey, do you see this guy? He's giving unsolicited advice. 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
You're in.
All in. This is the last one I got. I was like, how often do you pretend to be me on... Sorry. How often do you pretend to be me on our business account?
Yeah, every day. Your friend Eric actually was DMing us yesterday, and I think he thought it was you, but it was me. But I just changed the way I speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll be like all caps or like a brown.
Yeah.
Like things like that. Or like get like you instead of YOU. Like I'll do things like that. It's just how I think you talk.
So anyone that
But
does,
a big one is
yeah, I mean a brown fist. I
Yeah.
mean, that's 100%. So anyone that sends a direct message to our Instagram account actually is Kristen, and if you do need to get in contact with it, she'll eventually.
Yeah, I'll forward it along.
But she is the first response to that.
Yeah. How's it feel having your wife as your boss?
I think we're more so partners. But no, I mean, it's great. I mean, like I said, like we talked about at the beginning, we do have an occasional argument more than we probably normally would, but the pros way outweigh the cons. It's like we're doing a project together every single day. It's us working together. It's our vision. It's our dream. It's we're in the driver's seat of what we do. And it's like, and it's also our life. So like all that we get to do, every single day. And working together also, like, it forces us to figure things out that would also help in our personal life too. So like I said, it's not for everyone, but I'm so glad that you're my boss. So whatever you need me to do, expense reports, laundry, just let me know.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right, good job.